Word on the street is that there's a new on-hit Pantheon player and he's tearing up the rift. Nice to meet you, I'm Lucky Luca, and today, we're hitting on people. Why does this work, I hear you ask? What is good about on-hit Pantheon, you say? How is he so handsome, you all chant in unison. Oh, stop, guys. Settle down. Let me tell you a story. Legend tells of Pantheon players who use the resolve tree. Sorry, did I say Pantheon players? I meant cowards. Call me Playboy Carti, because there's a whole lot of red over here. Thank you for listening to my joke. The game's barely started and on-hit is dominating. We aren't even building on-hit yet and it's still winning. I go home, grab a pickaxe and realise that this is potentially the only useful component of Rageblade. Why am I building Rageblade, you ask? Because it sounded way more interesting than Triforce, so I'm trying to make some content here, get off my back. I fight Darius in a 1v10, including the minions, and it goes pretty evenly, but Darius is still so scared that he just has to flash away from me while I'm walking away from him. He waited for about 20 seconds to do this, and then leave. And then he killed Rengar somehow. Sick, thanks for the gank, buddy. Darius spends that blood money on some massive shoes and then just beats me over the head with them, I guess. So when I die for the cannon it's intake, but when Baus does it he's the Messi of League, maybe check your double standards before you leave comments please. Back to lane and I bounce on Darius, which is not what I wanted to do, but we move. It's time to lock in. Luckily I never miss. By very much, I missed a little bit. This guy's in bushes so often, I'm gonna call him the President. Like George Bush. For legal reasons, I will no longer be calling Darius the President. Darius gets absolutely walloped by this build, ignoring the fact that we don't actually have any on hit yet, but he's saved by Karthus. Luckily, I never miss a Q. Okay, well, the good news is we now actually have some on hit build, so let's test this bad boy out. I'd like to thank the loyal viewer who suggested this build a year ago. Your genius vision has finally paid off. Some of you might be asking, why am I maxing E if the W is applying on hit effects? Well, I'm asking you why you're not subscribed. So it turns out we both have things to reflect on. Now that we know I can demolish in a 1v1, let's try a little skirmish. I jump on the Karthus because I want gold from him dying, and then I realise that wasn't a very good idea. Rengar died because he's an assassin and jumped directly in front of Darius, and is just incandescent with rage that neither of us laners took smite, I guess. We managed to beat Darius, and while Akali moves a lot, luckily, I never miss a Q. It doesn't even matter, I got the kill to shut up. Guys, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, the game didn't go well from here. My team all seem to hit each other and basically nobody else is doing well, so it's not shocking that the game ended soon after. Okay, but you know what? We may have lost, but it's not all bad. I did well. My team was just a little bit, how they say, bad at the game. So let's queue up again. Boom, Teemo. I didn't take Doran's shield because this is on hit Pantheon, not on defense Pantheon. I kid you not, this is the most interesting thing that happened in the first 9 minutes of this game. The only other interesting thing is Lilia finding top lane and proceeding to completely miss every single ability and then just immediately leaving. Delegalized ranged top laners. Graves tries ganking for me, but unfortunately Teemo manages to run away. At least he might have done if he didn't decide to stand completely still in a bush. I'm not going to look a gift devil in the mouth, I'll take this assist. A cheeky ambush on Lilia grants a kill to our team. Unfortunately I don't get this one either, but you know, Blessing Graves needs a bit of gold. Come on, how am I going to do anything with no resources? Okay, yeah, that would help. It would have helped a lot more if Swain and Graves, who have a collective 10 kills... Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Didn't manage to completely lose a fight against Teemo, who has a collective no kills and no assists. I mean honestly, you just don't know what's going to happen in low elo games. Like I got out of here with a 3 assist somehow and I think Lilia is still yet to hit an ability. Me and Teemo have one of our first interactions of the game, which means that he gets to feel the full wrath of the on-hit build. It also lets me realise that a build based around altering your enemy is slightly countered by a character who stops you from altering. It's also countered by me being bad at the game. But luckily so is Teemo, because for some reason he thought he was safe here. You know what, this is actually pretty good. My Empower W does pretty massive damage here, and I would have killed Yone here if it wasn't one of the worst champions in the game showing up. No, I'm not salty, what do you mean? Here, look, I did so much this fight, I got a full kill. No, I didn't just ult in, seal a kill and miss because I tried to hit a no-look Q. Another team fight, another serving of venison for us, and then we don't need to talk about what happens afterwards. You know, I'm starting to notice a pattern here. The rest of this game sucks. Even Lilia kills me. I promise I'm trying my best here, but there are 4 of us here, and Caitlyn is just hanging out. Nobody else thinks this is a good idea apparently though, and I get absolutely domed. In my defense, I really thought I was going to do more damage than that. I jump on the lone Morgana, who is actually not even a little bit alone, and half a country's worth of people just appear out of nowhere. Boom, that was one Caitlyn auto attack. One. This is bringing me back to Prime 2-4. I really thought my empowered Q was going to do more damage here. I had to do the equivalent of chasing after a ping pong ball to secure this kill. Okay, so this also didn't go well. You know what? One more time. One more attempt at winning a game with this build. I used my very reasonable early game strength to bully Riven and then scare off Evelyn, and no doubt inspired by my performance, my team's support decided to return to the game, only at a slight 3-level disadvantage. So overall, this game's looking up. I already have a kill. Please. So I'm fine just relaxing and CSing and oh my god, let me kill her. Building up a lead gradually. Yeah, I would never put myself in massive danger for a kill or anything. Not me. All of this is 100% calculated. Sorry Evelyn, you just brought checkers to a chess fight. Akali decides that going back in for this cannon is a good idea. It wasn't. And after another tactical death from Akali, I actually have enough money for Rageblade. I'm already winning. I can't wait to see the massive power spike I get after this item. See? I couldn't have done it without that Rageblade. Riven is so afraid of it that she's built magic resist. This game is going so well. Ignore that. See, look, this is still going well. There's a few more kills with Riven and surely I'll carry this game. I take out 2 towers and that shattered their confidence so much that they immediately surrendered, finally getting a win for on-hit Pantheon. Was this game won because I went on-hit? No. Did the build make it any easier? Also no. This is a B tier build because theoretically you can just get far ahead enough early that it doesn't matter what you build. You'll just beat the opposition down anyway. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.